Hello everyone, it's Shirley. Today I'd like to talk to you about digestion. On occasion we've all experienced indigestion. It's that uncomfortable feeling after eating a meal, or even the 3 Bs, the burning, burping, and bloating. On occasion this happens to everyone, but if this is a common occurrence for you, it really needs to be taken a closer look at. You need to make some changes in your diet, and I'm going to get you started with a few tips. First one is drinking a big glass of water about 30 minutes before a meal. Not only will this keep you hydrated, but it will help stave off some of those hunger pains. So oftentimes when our body is thirsty, it registers as hunger. So a well-hydrated body maintains the body's functions more efficiently, and he keeps that hunger in check. So instead of eating a big meal, we feel more satisfied with drinking water first, and then our portions tend to be more appropriate. First tip, water. Second tip is relax. There's so many times during the day in our busy lives that we eat on the run, at our desks, in the car, certainly while we're doing other things. We're not really paying attention. This makes the work of digestion even harder if we're stressed out. The circulation is actually shunted away from our gut to help deal with the stressful issues of the moment. So what should we do? Because we're all busy. So as you prepare to eat, hopefully sitting at a table and paying attention to what you're eating, take 3 deep breaths. This is one of my favorite things to do, is deep breathing. So inhale to a count of 4, hold for a count of 7, and exhale to a count of 8. So pull your shoulders down your back, maybe even roll your shoulders a couple of times. And also while you're at it, give thanks for your meal. This doesn't have to be a formal grace, but just an acknowledgement of where your food comes from, and even who prepared it for you. Gratitude is a great way to help relax into the moment. Third tip is to pay attention. I mentioned this above. Again, just because we're often doing so much more than just eating when we eat, we don't pay attention to how much we're eating or what we're eating and how our bodies feel before, during, and after we eat. So as you're thinking about this, use the 80% rule. Stop eating when you feel 80% full. This is probably take a little practice to get used to, because again, we're not really paying attention to how much we're eating. We don't really know how full we are until we get overly full. And that certainly is a feeling we felt. So work backwards from there. Pause every once in a while you're eating and ask the question, how full am I? Have I kind of reached that 80%? And you will soon get to know your signals. And by and large, the best signal is that full is way before your plate is empty. So this will also help avoid the crash after a meal, as it is more difficult and takes more time for the body to digest a large meal. Fourth tip is to move. Movement after a meal helps the physical act of digestion. So even if you have to jump on a call right after your 80% full meal, pace while you talk. Move up and down, walk around. It's certainly great to get outside for a quick 10-minute walk if you can, but a set or 2 of stairs is a great option also. Fifth tip, eliminate the foods that bother you. This goes hand in hand with paying attention. As you get better at paying attention to how full you'll feel, you'll probably notice that certain foods make you feel not so good, and other ones do make you feel good. Foods that interfere with the digestion, that give us that upset, indigestion, bloating, and burping, are those things that we simply cannot digest. The most common foods include dairy, eggs, a lot of grain products, most often those that contain gluten, some of the gas-forming vegetables. Can't talk about digestion without talking about gas. And sometimes even meats, depending on your ability to digest meats. Sixth tip is at times we may need to use digestive enzymes. So the enzymes are the things in our body that our body naturally makes to break down food. However, as we age and under certain conditions, we may not make enough enzymes to break down our food. And again, it's that undigested food that causes us problems. So if you do decide to use digestive enzymes, be patient, as it may take a few weeks for things to improve. And also, please contact a healthcare provider so you get the right dosage and a really good supplement, because not all of them are good or not all of them are appropriate for you at this time. So at this point, also speak to your healthcare provider just about any conditions that haven't resolved with some of the simple tips that I mentioned earlier. So these suggestions, again, the first one is drink water, relax while you're eating, pay attention while you're eating, move after you're eating, and eliminate the foods that bother you. And then possibly use some digestive enzymes. These suggestions will go a long way to improving your digestive health. You know, at different times, our bodies need different things, so what worked for you a few years ago may not necessarily work for you now. So don't hesitate to try a few new things. And please check in with your healthcare provider if your symptoms don't improve with the changes that you've made. And above all else, enjoy your food. With healing and adventure, I'll talk to you later.